Like, I recently acquired Crohn's disease. Now, I don't know if anybody in here has it. Probably not, because it's way rare. And it's not that bad. Like, you just get sick every 6 months or so. I'm not doing too bad now. Like, I'm on a new medication and all, and I'm only really shitting myself about 3 times a week now. When I first got it, I had to leave a couple of jobs. I was originally working in Argos, and I got sacked from there. Well, no, sorry, I left. And then I started working in First Horse call centre. Brilliant shows. Ended up getting sacked from there too. Now, when I said to them, Jimmy, you're sacked, I was all, you know what? I was sacked from Argos. See, this time, I'm going to put an appeal on it. Disability discrimination. I was all, you know what? Disability discrimination. Citizens advice, the whole works, got everybody involved. It was all done right. They sacked me because I have Crohn's. They're all, right, tell you what, we'll have an appeal. So I had to go up anyway. I went into the meeting, and they're all, so James, tell me why you were sacked, or why you think you were sacked. I was all, well, it's because I've got my Crohn's disease, and I'm taking extra breaks because I shite more than your usual person. No, James, the reason you were sacked is because you give away 30 free routers, and you cost the company £1,000. So, you know what, I'm sacked, we'll leave it at that. So, when I was sitting in the house doing nothing, like, I've been on the dole now this last year, and I swear to God, I've never had so much work in my life. I was at the job centre the other day, and the roof's been fucked for ages. So they had boys up fixing the roof. And see, 10 of them boys went to sign on their lunch break. What was it there?
On the dole.
Yeah.
On the dole.
No, I've been on the dole for a year now.
Alright.
I started a new hobby. Oh, fuck it. I started a new wee hobby here. Well, I call it a hobby. Most people call it a job because you get paid for it, and it's brilliant. Like, sperm donation, fantastic. You go on, they give you the tissues, the magazines, your cubicle, bang, 30 seconds later, job done, sorted. Anyway, I came in one day to work, and this is James. We're gonna have to take you down to the back office here. I was like, why? We just need to chat to you. Well, we've done a few tests there on your samples. We don't know what way to tell you, but you're actually infertile. Brilliant. Sacked in Argos, sacked in First Horse, never even hold down a job as a wanker. Anybody ever come to anything wild embarrassing? Now, my bro's actually in here somewhere today, unless he's away for a smoke. Where the fuck is he? Oh no, there's 2 of them actually. My bros are here tonight. Right, I'll tell you a wee story about getting caught doing something quite embarrassing. My bro went to school with me about 10 years ago. Must have been a good 10 years ago now. And I got up one morning, went to school. He was all there, man, I don't want to go to school. I'm like sick. So he didn't get to go, he stayed at home. And after school I went, learned fuck all. Got back from school, opened up the door. Done what I always done, says, hello? Anybody here? Nah, nobody in. So, done what I always done, went to leave my school bag up the stairs. Now, when I went into the bedroom, we all shared a bedroom, mate. When I went into the bedroom, I opened the door, and there he was. There he was, having a wank. I was all, brilliant. And he was that shocked that he dropped my mum and dad's wedding food. I didn't want to see that one, but no, I'm sorry. Was that done with it? There he is. I know it was my first night, but Jesus Christ, I didn't know I was sweating that much. What the fuck's that?
Come.
Britain's Got Talent. Annie's been watching the Britain's Got Talent.
Yep.
Live show. They're all complaining, saying that what is it you call them? Attraction won it. They're Hungarian. They're not even British. That boy Jack Carroll should have won it. He's a comedian. But when you come to think about it, 50% of hum's really made in China. I was worried about that joke too, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. Flies, wee bastards, so they are. I must have killed at least 1,000 this week. right? What I know is I got so fucked off of them, right? I was like, you know what, I need to do something different here. So I went out, I got some fly paper, sat out in the kitchen counter, came in 10 minutes later, and there was 15 of them reading the sports page. Any's ever been arrested by the police? A pirate here has. We were eavesdropping your conversation at half time. Well, there was a few people out there, anyway. Anyway, I was driving down the road one day, and I seen the blue signs, and I was fuck's sake. I had to get pulled over. The policeman was all to me, he says, license and registration, please. There I was. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Can I ask why you've stopped me? And I goes, do you know you were doing 50 there in a 30 zone? I was like, alright. License and registration, please. I says, I can't. Why not? Because it's in the glove box. And there's a gun there. I goes, what? I said, why do you have a gun in your glove box? I was like, well, it's evidence for the body, it's in the back here. And before I knew it, it took my keys out of the ignition. And he was way back in the car, radio and fucking all this shit. And 10 minutes later, before I knew it, there was helicopters, SWAT, loads of police, you name it, everything. And they were all standing there. And one of them dragged me out of the car. And there I was in the cuffs. And he was, you're going to sit in the back of my car. I was like, shotgun. They still put me in the back. But anyway, he was sitting there. And he was like, James, what the fuck's going on here? It was this officer that stopped you. He says, you have a gun in the glove box and the body in the boot. I don't know what that man's on, sir. That lying bastard will probably tell you I was speaking as well. I didn't know whether it is or not, but you know what? First night, fuck it. I get it away. This isn't a joke. This is just something that I found hilarious in the house this week. I got in there on Monday evening, and my sister said to me, she says, Jamie, make your own dinner tonight. And I was all, why? Where's my ma? Where's my dad? My dad went out there and says, fend for yourselves. I said, fuck this. And I was standing there anyway, I was peeling the spuds, right? And I was like, you know what, I need a fag. So I went out the front, and my dad pulled up in the car, and I was all, where's my ma? And she's in hospital. This is a true story, this actually happened. Right? What's she in hospital for? She got her hand stuck in the shredder at work. Right? And I was all, is she alright? And her hands were a bit flat, like, but she's alright. Anyway, I just went back in and started cooking my dinner. I was all, you know what? I don't give a shit about no shredders. I didn't have my dinner here when I got in. So when my ma gets back, I ain't going to ask her how she's getting on. I'm just going to slag her. So I went to my friend's house. I didn't get back the next morning. Always happens. And there she was. And I went in there and I said, are you alright, ma? She was. I looked at her hand, and her hand was grand. We was swollen, but I was expecting it to be far worse. Like I was expecting half her fingers chopped off or whatever, right? And then it came to me, you know what? I just need to slag her and cook me my dinner. So when she was sitting there just watching TV, I cancelled work, everything, just to stay there for the next 3 or 4 days, right? So when she was sitting there watching TV, see if she went to lift the TV remote. I was like, what, you gonna put your hands in that shredder? Whatever she went to do, what, you gonna put your hands in that shredder? But she caught on to me, so she did. And she sat there doing nothing. So while she sat there doing nothing, I'd be sitting there and I'd be on my dad. Dad, who's your favourite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles character? Mine's is Shredder. What am I going to have for supper here? Might take some shreddies. And then for breakfast, might have some shredded wheat. Just anything to do with shredder. And she got fucked off me. She's, fuck this, she went upstairs, but she left her computer on. Brilliant. Went on into her desktop, seen her recycle bin, renamed it shredder. That's me, folks. I hope you enjoyed it.